Alright, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Allagash Brewing Company, and they are out of Portland, Maine, and this is their Surf House, the 2024 release. So they're calling this one a summer lager that comes in at 5.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is just over 2 months old. So got a seasonal release here from Allagash, and there's been a couple friends of mine and viewers of the channel who have either had this one or have been curious about this one, so I thought I'd grab it and review it as a shelfie beer for the month of July 2024. On the back here it says, like a little home by the water, this lager is built for easygoing relaxation. Brewed to be super crisp and drinkable, dry hopped for subtle tropical notes. Take a break with Surf House. So the hop that they're using in this one to dry hop is Ella. Outside of that, I have no idea about this one. Seems like it's a dry hop lager, maybe like a dry hop pilsner. But yeah, I'm here for it. So we're gonna pour it in the hashtag proper glassware, but not really. It's the Allagash glass, but probably not appropriate glassware for this beer. But whatever, we're using it because fuck it. All right, so throw this over here. Wow, that looks beautiful in the glass. In the hashtag proper glassware, that, my friends, is a beautiful looking beer. Yeah, that looks amazing. Just so you can see a little better instead of looking at the Allagash logo. Now on camera, every fucking single time I say this, I look back, I'm like, what are you talking about, Choke? But in person, this is one of the lightest beers that you can possibly ever see. This looks like the lightest of super light American lagers. It is like this straw yellow color, but it's so light. It's like someone took a light beer and then mixed more water in with it. It looks like you're really hydrated if you use the restroom. Good carbonation, as the nucleation at the bottom promotes carbonation. The head sticking around just over a finger of this frothy looking, bright white colored head. It looks beautiful. As far as like a beer goes, this looks fucking fantastic. Someone hands you a beer, you're like, oh yeah, that looks awesome. It looks like a lot of like lighter saisons I've had. So I guess being in the hashtag proper glassware, it's appropriate. Let's get a nose. I'm not getting a whole lot. There's this like grainy kind of crackery malt sensation on the nose. Yeah, there's not a whole lot. It's just like grainy, crackery, bready, like the malt character's there. Really not picking up on anything from the hops. Smells like kind of like just an American light lager. Doesn't smell bad at all. It's just, it just smells like a beer. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. All right. Second sip was a bit more flavorful because that first sip, the nose kind of carried over. There's not a ton going on the palate. First things first, before I say anything, this beer is bone dry. Like it's so dry. It's kind of like the driest like saison you've ever had, or driest beer in general. But Allagash known for like farmhouse saisons and things of that nature. It's so fucking dry. There's also, we get a little bit of bubble gum, maybe from the yeast they're using. I don't know. But anyway, let's go body mouthfeel. Body in this, lower side of medium, 5.5%. I'm all right with it. Very refreshing. The mouthfeel is crisp, clean, super refreshing, 100%. There is a big effervescent punch to this one. It's spritzy on the tongue. It's very carbonated. It's definitely full-on carbonated for me. A little bit maybe more carbonated than I would personally enjoy. The taste, very simplistic. So front to back, underlying grainy, crackery malt character. The forefront to maybe halfway through the palate, I'm getting a little bit of fruity notes. I'm getting a touch of like a citrus, like a lemon lime into like an orchard fruit, more of like a pear. Second half of the palate, they say tropical fruits. I'm getting a little bit of stone fruit, like maybe like an underripened peach or mango, something in that realm. And then again, there's this omnipresent bubblegum character, but it's very subtle but noticeable at the same time. Like it's like not too intense in terms of the characteristic of said note. However, it's kind of weird because I look at a beer like this, they're going for a lager, but again, Allagash, you know, a Belgian-esque brewery. So I get it, but it's kind of, I won't say it doesn't work. It's just kind of weird. It's kind of different. The finish has this nice floral, slightly spicy, kind of herbaceous kind of finish to it. It has a mild to moderate bitterness, smack dab in the middle, fine, but again, bone dry. This beer does not have a lot of sweetness, which if you're somebody who likes drier beers that aren't sweet, especially lagers, like this would probably be something that you'd enjoy. They say right on the can, refreshing, balanced, laid back. Sure, it's super refreshing. Balanced, maybe not perfectly balanced. I'd like a little bit more sweetness. Seems like there is almost no residual sugar. It's just like fucking bone dry. There's nothing. It's almost like a dry, like white wine. Laid back, sure. There's not a lot of, you know, characteristics here. I'll say this. Is this a bad beer? No, it's not. Is this a good beer? To my palate, I don't love it. It's fine. I've had much worse beers from, you know, I shouldn't say I don't know if I've had worse beers. I've had a couple stinkers from almost every brewery that I've been drinking for a long time. I can't think off the top of my head, a beer from Allagash that really just I didn't like. However, I don't dislike this. It's just it is what it is. It's just kind of it exists. It's here. It's fine. It's a, you know, a summer lager as they call it. If this was like their kind of like beer that their house beer that they had during the summer, like, you know, people come to the brewery and you're drinking, yeah, you could drink tons of this. 5.5%, you really can't taste it, which is nice, but it's just there's not a whole lot flavor wise for myself going on here. It's just okay. So Allagash, I love Allagash. You know, they're Allagash White, one of the, I think, best examples of the style in America, if not, honestly, the world. It's fantastic beer. I've had a lot of their, like, barrel-aged stuff. Again, their farmhouse saisons. I've had a lot of awesome beers from Allagash. This is not one of those awesome beers. It's just okay to my palate. So what do I give okay beers typically on my channel? Well, if you watch, you'll probably know. So Surf House, the 2024 release from Allagash, that's a 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 is kind of like the passing grade for me, where, like, you know, I probably rate a little bit higher than most, where like a 3.5 is passable for me. You start dipping under a 3.5, I would never buy the beer again, and I probably wouldn't drink anything under a 3 ever again. So like a 3 to a 3.5 is like, I'd drink you again, I wouldn't buy you. 3.5 and to like a 4 is like, I would definitely drink you again, and I might buy you from time to time. I'm talking about beers like they're alive. But you know what I mean. Basically, anything that gets around 3.5, it's fine. And this is what this beer is. It's fine. It's okay. It's solid. It's decent. I would drink it again. Have no issues with it. It's just, I'd want more flavor out of this one, a little less carbonation. It's just a little bit too much with the spritziness, and then very dry for my palate. But some people enjoy it. So 3.5 out of 5. Price point availability, I believe in my area, these were $11.99 6-pack. So if this is anywhere from between, say, like 10 to $13 a 6-pack, that's fine. Would I pay that again? No, I would definitely not pay that again, because I don't find this one all that great. It's just, again, solid, decent. So I would much rather have this in like the $9.99 realm as opposed to $11.99, but it is what it is. And availability, it's Allagash. This is their summer seasonal. If you see Allagash, there's a high probability you can find this one. Although Chaz, Chaz and I, viewer of the channel, we talk a lot about distribution. Nowadays it's crazy. So just because I see this one and it's a summer seasonal doesn't mean you'll see this one, even if you get Allagash stuff. So I'm sure they have a beer finder, so go to their website and that'll give you a better indication of if they do distribute in your area. However, it's not always accurate. Doesn't matter the brewery, not always accurate, so whatever. If you've had this one before, please post in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this one. I really haven't heard too much about this. I just, again, a couple of viewers of the channel were like, oh, you know, somebody specifically was talking about this one. I don't remember. Was it? I don't remember who it was. Maybe Broadford? Maybe you. And he was like, I have thought, was it him who said I have thoughts about this one? It might have been. Post in the comment section if it was you, buddy. Because he, I think he said he had thoughts about this one. I don't know if they're good thoughts or bad thoughts. I don't have really any thoughts at this point. Like, I reviewed it. It's fine. Probably would never seek it out again. So anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.